Now I request Enest 142 to kindly unmute and start the presentation.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you're audible. Yeah.
Yes. Myself, Shravali Chilukamari, studying PharmD 4th year from Sarojini Naidu Vanita Pharmacy Mahavidyalaya, Hyderabad. The topic which I have selected for today's poster presentation is biomarkers in diagnosis and prognosis of tuberculosis. Before entering into the matter which is present in the poster, I want to give a brief introduction or brief explanation about the title of the presentation. The title is Biomarkers in Diagnosis and Prognosis of Tuberculosis. Biomarkers. It means that these are the molecules which are present in the body of a particular individual. These biomarkers helps in identification of a particular disease. It not only tuberculosis, they help in identification of any other infectious diseases. Diagnosis, it means it is a method for identification of a disease. And prognosis means the future of the diseased state of an individual, like the person is affected with tuberculosis. Next, what stage the person at what stage the person is being present. And next, what is the future of the person, like is there any severity. So it helps in even knowing about the stages of a particular disease. Now, introduction. As we everyone is aware that TB, it's a widespread respiratory infectious disease. It is airborne, and it's spread through air. So spread of disease is very wide. So rapid diagnosis is necessary. So rapid diagnosis is required to control its spread. Marker genes can be identified and evaluated. The type of biomarkers include, there are two types of biomarkers. They are pathogen specific and host specific. Pathogen specific, it means these biomarkers are specific to a particular disease, like they act on a particular disease. Host specific, that means that these biomarkers are present in the body of every individual, and irrespective of the causative organism, they show their action and try to protect the organism from the antigen, which is that is foreign body, which is trying to attack the body. And examples of these pathogen-specific biomarkers include antigen 85, ES86, LAM. These have a wide variety of action. Like these are secretory antigens. Some have anti-inflammatory effects. Some help in activation of T cells, so on. And the host-specific, these include decoy R, lipoxin, prostaglandin E2, human necrosis factor alpha, interleukin 2, interferons, and IP10. This lipoxin, it has an anti-inflammatory effect. And the methods which I have included in this poster are ELISA, that is enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay, polychromatic flow cytometry, and bioplex multiplex suspension array system. Coming to polychromatic flow cytometry, by using this method, one can evaluate the expression of immune activation markers. That means for taking a particular biomarker, by using this technique, we can know by taking a particular sample, we can know how much levels of a particular biomarker is present, like elevation, whether it is elevated or decreased. Based on that data which is available by using this technique, one can even differentiate the stage of a particular disease, like whether the person is present in an active tuberculosis stage or latent tuberculosis phase. One can even identify that. That is expression of immune activation markers. It can be identified in LTB, that is latent tuberculosis infection, and ATB patients, that is active tubercular infection. And next method is bioplex. By using this polychromatic flow cytometry, the results are showing that frequencies of Mycobacterium tuberculosis specific interferon alpha CD plus 4 cells that express immune activation markers are higher in active tuberculosis patients than when compared to low latent tuberculosis patients. That means these particular biomarkers are increased in a person who is suffering from active tuberculosis stage. That means if we can make sure that by seeing the results, if these levels are elevated, we can include that the person is present in a stage of active tuberculosis. And next is bioplex multiple suspension array system and ELISA. By using these techniques, for the test for test by using this method, 100 TB patients were enrolled, and among that, 21% were died during the study, and 55 patients received follow-up blood sampling 1 month after anti-TB treatment. And coming to polychromatic flow cytometry, this polychromatic flow cytometry helps in differentiation also. And this table, it includes the results showing clinical characteristics of patients with TB and family contacts by response to interferon gamma assay. I have mentioned in methods showing that Bioplex multiple suspension array system changes by using this method, changes in serum biomarkers in patients with IgRA positive or negative family is evaluated. So these tables are the results of this particular method. This IgRA is an assay, interferon gamma assay. By using this technique, generally this technique is used for the diagnosis of different types of infectious diseases, especially tuberculosis. The table includes the results of this assay. And conclusion, and I hereby conclude saying that biomarkers provide a systemic approach for diagnosing a disease, not only for diagnosing like the person is, they can identify the person is suffering from so and so disease, and the person is present at this stage of the disease, like first stage, second stage. So biomarkers provide a systemic approach for diagnosing a disease. And I have mentioned in host-specific biomarkers examples like decoy, R3, lipoxin, and so on. So I like to give a small line about those examples, saying that if a person is having high levels of decoy 3 and prostaglandin prostaglandin E2 and low lipoxin levels, this state indicates that the person is suffering from ATP. That means sensitive criteria for ATB cases. That means high levels of these two and low levels of lipoxin indicates that the person is suffering from active tuberculosis state. And next, prognosis is poor in TB patients with older age. As everyone know, not to the 100%, to 90% we can say that older age persons, the immune system will be not so perfect when compared to elder people. So prognosis is poor in TB patients with older age, underlying comorbidities, and high decoy 3 levels. Comorbidities also have an effect on the prognosis of a particular person. And biomarkers on MTB specific CD4 T cells discriminate between ATB and LTBI. This line I have included for polychromatic flow cytometry method. Treatment and diagnosis of tuberculosis using appropriate biomarker may be helpful for further perspective. These biomarkers significantly correlate with the status of a M. tuberculosis infection. That means that by using the biomarkers, by knowing the levels of biomarkers, one can identify the stage of a particular disease. I hereby conclude saying thank you.
Evaluator can ask the questions.
Okay. Okay. So first my question.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
So what is the good evening? What is the major difference, significant difference between diagnosis and prognosis?
Diagnosis is, I can say diagnosis, it is a method which is used to identify a disease, what disease the person is suffering from. After knowing what disease the person is suffering from, prognosis, it means what can be given, what the treatment can be given to the particular patient. So the person is suffering from tuberculosis. Based on the diagnosis only, the prognosis is dependent.
Okay. So our title says clearly it's a tuberculosis, no? So
yes.
We are sure that the concerned individual is suffering from tuberculosis.
Yes.
Okay, then
by using these biomarkers, the prognosis may vary.
These biomarkers are not at all specific to tuberculosis only. Do you think this TNF alpha or interleukins and IFN gamma are these are only expressed at the time of TB?
No, I have clearly mentioned here saying that these are host specific, not pathogen specific. So host specific means it is present in the body of every individual, whether they are suffering from tuberculosis or not.
That's what I am telling.
Yes,
So
sir.
from this host specific, the markers what you have written, TGE, prostaglandin E2 and TNF is not a specific biomarker for TB.
Yes, sir.
How
I
can
have
you how
mentioned
can
it.
you how can you tell these are all very much specific? For example, now during this COVID also that cytokine storms are there. In that, what are being released? Interleukins only.
Sir, but I have mentioned they are host specific, sir, not particular specific to the pathogen. I have mentioned in the table pathogen specific biomarkers are different and host specific biomarkers are different. So I have just given a table mentioning what are the types of biomarkers.
So, yeah, you mean to tell then this host specific biomarkers example is not only respect to TB, right?
Yes,
A
sir.
general example, general
Yes,
examples.
these are general examples. As I mentioned, I have taken the
Okay.
biomarker topic, so I have mentioned what are the types of biomarkers. That's it. I didn't any mention at any point saying that these are present only in the patient suffering from tuberculosis.
Then what about that pathogen specific? That is also a common example, or is only
These
mycobacterium
are specific to
tuberculosis?
generally specific to this organism, Mycobacterium tuberculosis.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
AG85 ESA T6 lamb. What is in by lamb?
So I have searched a lot to find out the full form of LAM, but I couldn't find, so.
What is the point of simply copy pasting? This is not at all expected. So if you are presenting, means you should know. So you should not tell like this. I searched, I could not able to find, just I put it. This is not the way.
Sir, I thought that maybe it is just an abbreviated such as LAM, sir.
So you should know what is the abbreviation for that. LAM is a shorthand form. Okay, so you should not know means then you should not put here.
Yes, sir.
This is very wrong. Don't do like this. Go to that table, left hand side, sorry, right hand side. So in that you have written age. Why age is coming in decimal? 46.44.6, 51.3, 70.3.
So these values are based on taking an N value of 91 and 92, sir.
Matlab 91 patients, individuals they have selected.
Yes, sir.
From their average, this is.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then what is that? 32, 33, 62 male sex. There. What is that?
IGRA test positive patients with 32% and negative patients with 33%, sir.
Okay, number that is indicating
Percentage, sir.
Percentage.
Yes, sir.
You should mention clearly, no? So half of the way thing you have mentioned age. Within bracket you can take average of so and so. Then male sex. So there's a percentage. Something likewise. Nowhere unit is mentioned. What is that history of TB 0010?
History of TB. In the patient, they have selected among the 91 patients in IGRA positive patients. They were not having any history of TB, sir.
Okay, only in that TB case, 10 patients are history of TB.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in that comorbidity, what are all the comorbidity they have included?
So I just, as it is a poster presentation, I didn't include everything so that it makes very clumsy, sir.
Yeah, from
the
that
comorbidities they have included are diabetes mellitus and blood pressure, high BP.
After that, you have mentioned the DM, that is diabetes
Yes,
mellitus.
that is diabetes mellitus.
So in DM, only DM patient, right?
Yes, sir.
In comorbidity case, DM with BP, what are all the other examples? That is what BP I am telling, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what else other combinations they have studied, they have taken into consideration? Apart from diabetes mellitus and BP, what else other comorbid conditions they have accounted?
Malignancy stage also, sir.
That is Nietzsche have given, no?
Yes,
malignancy
sir.
Separate.
Yes, sir.
Hey Baba, just I want to hear from you what are all the other comorbid situations they have included in that reference paper, what you have referred. Tell me some 2 or 3 examples, no? DM and BP chhod ke, please leave that diabetes mellitus and blood pressure. After leaving these two, what else other comorbid conditions they have analyzed? Just with curious, I am asking, because currently I am also working in this comorbid situations of.
So this comorbidities condition, I have focused mainly on diabetes mellitus and this blood pressure, sir. Others also include various types like arthritis and all.
Likewise, only I am expecting. You should
Yes,
tell
sir.
at least 1 or 2, no?
Yes, sir.
So just one small paper you have referred, and from that you made this much PPT. So
No, sir.
not
I
possible.
have referred many articles, sir. It's just not only a single paper, sir.
But in that references you have given only one paper only.
So it was mentioned to give a reference of only 3. So I have mentioned only 3, sir.
Okay, so many papers after referring also, you are not in a position to tell some 3, 4 tak. Only diabetes BP you are telling. Then after that you have given individually also. Okay, anyhow. So these are all my observations. Thank you. Others can ask.
Okay, almost all questions are covered. Just one thing that I want to tell is that what advanced things you find here in all these papers which respect to the biomarkers.
Yes, sir. So
Tuberculosis.
apart from other biomarkers, other tests are also present, but because some tests are like, if we take a particular sample, the units of a bacterium should be like 10,000 units to 20,000 units. If the count of bacteria is not like 10,000 and so on, one can't identify tuberculosis. Like it has sensitivity for other tests. So by using this test, it's not like that. By using biomarkers, there is no any guidelines like the bacteria count should be so on 10,000 and 20,000. So I think that is an advantage by using biomarkers.
Tell me, what are the recent biomarkers that can be used in TB specific to tuberculosis? What are the niche area, you know?
So specific to tuberculosis, sir.
Yeah, you can tell me specific to all. I just want to know, have you gone through all the recent advantages in biomarkers?
Sir, as I have, to the extent which I have referred to all the articles, I could find this decoy artery very useful, sir.
Yeah, that's there. That's
Yes,
your
sir.
work. But you should know what are the recent advances in specific areas that
Sir,
you are working.
I have referred this to 2016 and 17 like articles, sir.
Yeah, that's the problem. Now we are in 2021,
Yes,
and
sir.
will refer only 2016. That won't give you the recent approaches, recent technologies that will be there in the environment, or that is used in the treatment. So what I feel is that you should take recent things while you're doing your work. That is very much important.
Okay,
And
sir.
some of the factors that have not been included in the paper, that also very much important. So as rightly said by another sir, that you need to implement all that. That is very much
Okay,
important. You should.
okay, sir. I will refer to the recent articles, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
That's from my side. We
Yes,
can
sir.
go for next participant.